Hi there booktube, I hope you're all doing really well and welcome back to my second instalment of Weekly Poem. It is exactly as it says on the tin. I'm just reading one poem every week and I hope that you enjoy it or that you just find something interesting from this series. I hope to keep it up fairly regularly. And if you have any suggestions for poems that you'd like me to read or just check out, feel free to suggest them in the comments. I'd love for you to do that, and maybe get a discussion going. But for now I'll get right into it. So this week I'm going to be talking about Emily Bronte's poem, Often Rebuked Yet Always Back Returning. And I think Emily Brontë is probably my favourite of the Brontë sisters, although I actually haven't read any Anne Brontë, so it's probably unfair to say that until I've read some Anne Brontë. But I hope to read some of her stuff later on this year. So I'll probably just talk about some of the things I find admirable in this poem, some of the things that stand out to me. But it won't be anything all too deep really, and then I'll just read out the poem and let it speak for itself. So at least the main thing that I get from this poem is, I suppose, a sense of individuality, and I think it is that sense of individuality, that headstrongness, that just sort of is something I love about the Brontë sisters and Emily in particular. She's saying that she's going to go to the places I suppose that are meaningful for her, that she has to do things her own way, and that if she's going to just follow what maybe the rest of the world finds conventional, I suppose, it's just not going to work for her. And so there's that sense that there is a beauty and an awe to Emily's writing, and yet it's not necessarily that classical, more traditional kind of beauty. It's something of her own, and she's sort of celebrating her own area, but then also there's the kind of literal, the geographic actual place, and then there's how it kind of plays out in life. Maybe that that she's going to be living her own way, and she's maybe not going to, or that she doesn't want to follow strict conventions. And that even if it's not something that's seen very clearly, visibly, it's maybe a sign of her sort of mental life, her inner life, that she wants to think and see things differently. At least that's kind of what I get from it. And then just I think the last couple of stanzas in this, I think, captures that sort of romantic sort of idea of the sublime, that kind of awe, better in just a few lines than maybe Byron or Shelley or Wordsworth do in their big, long, expansive poems. There's a simplicity but also an awe to this poem, I think. But anyway, that's enough of me just kind of rambling. I'll just read it out, and let's see what you get out of it. Often rebuked, yet always back returning to those first feelings that were born with me, and leaving busy chase of wealth and learning for idle dreams of things which cannot be. Today I will seek not the shadowy region, its unsustaining vastness waxes drear, and visions rising legion after legion bring the unreal world too strangely near. I'll walk, but not in old heroic traces, and not in paths of high morality, and and not among the half-distinguished faces, the clouded forms of long past history. I'll walk where my own nature would be leading. It vexes me to choose another guide, where the grey flocks in ferny glens are feeding, where the wild wind blows on the mountain side. What have those lonely mountains worth revealing? More glory and more grief than I could tell. The earth that wakes one human heart to feeling can centre both the worlds of heaven and hell. Okay, that's it for this week. Let me know what you thought in the comments. I'll probably see you some point this week for another video, but for now that's all, and I hope you have had a great weekend, and I hope you have a great week. Alright, for now that's all. Bye bye.